It's 11 a.m. Eastern. And of course, it's a Just Do It show with myself and Linda. Hello, Linda.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. How are you today, Stephen?
I'm good. It's a great day outside, but it's sunny inside, if you know what I mean.
Yes.
Say hello
It's always
to
it's always sunshine.
True. Welcome to the show, everybody. And particular welcome to Catherine and to Brigetti. And I don't know who the other person is, but hello, we're here. Welcome. If you want to, Cheryl, hello. And hoping that this, well, let's just carry on. I'm just trying some technical things that are causing a bit of a problem. So that's welcome to the show. And there we are. We're working now. We're working.
Yay!
Right. Okay. And you are live with Stephen Healey and Linda West and the Just Do It show. And anything can happen. Where are you today, Linda, is the first question.
I'm in Alpine, California. I decided to do this out of my home base. We're living in an RV right now, something my husband and I have been talking about for 20 years. So I decided this morning I'm going to do the video from my little humble abode here.
Brilliant. Okay, so you travel. How far are you traveling or intending to travel?
Well, we're not really traveling. We're just, we're not going far or anything. We're just staying within our own county. But there's over 50 parks in the county of San Diego alone. So we'll go from park to park. This park that we're at right now, it's a month-to-month park, so you pay for a month in advance. So we're not sure if next month, if we'll go somewhere else or if we'll just stay here for another month. We're just kind of, doing as we wish, kind of like a gypsy lifestyle.
Digital nomads.
Yes, exactly.
Is the phrase that
That's the new, okay. Yeah, that's the new phrase. I still like gypsy because I imagine us like standing around a campfire, playing a tambourine or whatever.
It's not my phrase. It's actually, I saw an article about people who actually do sort of travel around and do whatever they're doing wherever they are.
Yeah, it's awesome. I actually know a gentleman named Carlos who does that. And, he does his show about his travels, traveling wherever while being digital.
Brilliant. And we say hello to Patricia. And
hello.
Cheryl's saying, wow, what a great adventure indeed. And Cheryl and Patricia are talking to each other. So there we are. Good.
Awesome.
Right. Now, you said you had 3 topics for today. Would you like to start us off?
Yeah, well, the 3 topics I wanted to talk about today, and of course, they don't relate to each other at all, just so you know. It's just, sometimes when I'm getting ready, I have ideas like, you know what, I want to talk about that just to see what other people think. And if there's somebody who wants to join us, do you have a bot set up for like if people want to join us live?
Not today, but I'll copy the link in and hopefully it will go through.
Okay, so if you want to join us live during any of these topics, these are the ones I want to talk about, and there might be something that Stephen also wants to talk about, but if you want to join us live during any of those, just go ahead and click on the link Stephen posted to join us as a guest. And so one of the things I want to talk about is you may or may not have noticed that I'm not really wearing any makeup today. I mean, I shouldn't say any, because I'm wearing very little makeup today. So I kind of wanted to talk about makeup and my thoughts on makeup and authenticity and how it relates to it and stuff like that. So it's going to be kind of a different type of topic. And, Stephen, I don't know how much you'll be able to chime in, but hey, from a man's perspective, perspective.
I'm going to listen. I'm going to listen. Okay.
Okay. He's going to be, what do you call it, politically correct and just listen on that one. Then the next one I wanted to talk about is I see this happen frequently, and that is, people will create events in Facebook, like they're holding an event here or there, or they're doing an online event, and then they cancel their event. And a lot of times it's because they don't have very many people showing up. So I want to talk about that topic because that to me is a very, very important topic because when we're talking about the Just Do It show, again, the makeup relates to just doing it. The canceling of events relates to just doing it. And that's a topic I really want to talk about because I put on over 75 events and I have never canceled one. And I want to talk about that and why. Okay, and then the last one is I wanted to talk about the Taco Tuesday show that we're going to put on and talking about just doing it for that as well. So I hope those topics are of interest for you guys. If you want to hop on and join us live during that, so you can, talk it over with us, please go ahead and click on that link to join us as a guest.
Indeed, I've posted the link, so if you would like to join Lynda and myself, then please do so. And I'm going to take a back seat while Lynda takes the first topic of the day,
which is makeup. Talking about makeup. Now, ladies, okay, how many of you wear makeup? Go ahead and say, I wear makeup, or I do, or something like that in the comments below. If you're watching the replay, do hashtag replay. If you're watching us live, do hashtag live. But, how many of you wear makeup? And share a really quick story about me with makeup and see if this might resonate with some of you. Now, I started a personal development journey at the age of 51. Up until the age of 53 or 54, I never wore makeup. I shouldn't say never. I did, every once in a while, like for little proms and things like that. But I just never was into wearing makeup. So about the age of 54, I started wearing makeup. Well, why? Here's why. And I actually cried. I cried when I made the decision to wear makeup. It really was hard for me because I had been living my life as a natural girl. I'd always called myself a natural girl when I was in junior high school. And so for me, makeup was a way to say, I'm not natural anymore. So it was a really hard decision for me to make, which might seem kind of silly to some people, but to other people, hopefully you're resonating with this. So here's the thing. I started wearing makeup because I do these videos. And it wasn't because I do these videos, because I've been doing these videos for 4 years. But only a year ago, I started wearing makeup. What was different? Well, I had a coach who was talking to me about makeup and how if you want to be seen seriously out there in the public eye, that unfortunately you need to wear makeup because people will judge you. And that was so hard for me because I'm not into judging people. And I so much just want people to be themselves and to feel comfortable in their own skin. And then I look at men and I'm like, men don't wear makeup and they're taken seriously. So why do we women have to wear makeup to be taken seriously? And it just was a thing on my mind, just boggled my mind. So if Stephen, at any time you have any thoughts on this, to share from a man's perspective, it kind of might be, helpful to some of us women. Because I have heard some men say, you don't need to wear makeup. Who told you need to wear makeup? Then I've had others, say, or other people say, oh, you need to wear this, you need to wear that. And so I had this fight in my head of what I was going to do. And I finally caved. And I said, well, I want to be taken seriously. So I started wearing makeup. Well, today, as I was getting ready, so this is where this comes into the just do it. Today, as I was getting ready, I thought, you know what? Today, I'm going to do it with wearing very little makeup because I want to talk about this topic that it seems that, women, I don't know how this all came about, originating from, maybe way back from Cleopatra. I don't know. But even men wore makeup back in those days, from the movies at least. I don't know if that's true or not. But where this originated from, but how did it get so far afield that we feel like we cannot go outside without wearing makeup? So that's why today I'm wearing, I have eyeliner on and I have lipstick on, and that's it. And I'm wearing just that because I wanted to come on today's show and to just do this show naked.
I hear you, and Charlie is helping here. She's saying, I actually do a skincare regime to keep my face in better toned shape. Not vanity, just to stay healthy. Very particular about what I use. Healthy products. Don't wear any when I'm around the house, cleaning and traveling to the beach.
Yeah, so it is. Thank you for that input, because it is an interesting thing, right? We will put on makeup to go out in public, and I don't know why. I still have this fight in my head about it, because if I'm not doing a live show or if I'm not going to an event where I'm going to be meeting a bunch of people, I don't wear makeup. I only wear it. So what is that? Is that because we want to impress them? Is that because does it make you feel better? For me, it doesn't make me feel any different. When I put on makeup, I feel exactly the same. I don't have any like more confidence, because I hear that a lot of times women will wear makeup because it gives them more self-confidence, or it makes them look better. But I'm like, you know what? Your beauty is in the inside. Your beauty is not on the outside. So for me, it's just this kind of like dichotomy. But today's show, I'm doing it with no makeup because I wanted to talk about that topic.
And I'm just going to say hello to Jordan and Christopher. We are talking about makeup, guys. And if you want to join the conversation, then please do.
Well, you know what? Some actors, I think, wear makeup, and I actually did meet one guy. He was a sportscaster, you know, on the news every single day. And so when I met him in public, and when I met him in person, and it was like just at a fun event, he was wearing makeup.
Mm-hmm.
But not many men do. Why don't men wear makeup? Maybe that should be the topic.
The cosmetics industry for men has gone from zilch to, I mean, if you go into your local, we've got we've got a place called Boots, which is a chemist and a products place, and the men's range is just ever expanding. And skincare, gels, everything is now expected. It depends where you are. I mean, I'm in rural devices, and men going around wearing makeup would attract the wrong attention. But if you were in the city, if you're in London or in Birmingham or in Manchester, then in the evenings you would find men wearing makeup. End of. So yeah, but I mean, as far as coming on camera is concerned, then I think that we owe it to everybody who's watching the show to be, I'm going to get this totally wrong and I'm going to be misspeak, but don't worry about that. This is just do it. You do get ready for a show. Yeah, it might not involve makeup, but you do get ready for a show. You decide what. I'm a man, so I decide what to wear, what shirt, comb the hair. That's about it, but it doesn't go any further than that. But presentation is important on the show. And Cheryl's saying, "Feel we are never truly dressed without a smile." Well, that's a good one, isn't it?
Yeah.
And hello to Abigail, who's saying good morning from San Diego.
And hello.
We're also joined by Letha as well. For people who are not sure about doing live videos, a makeup regimen will build confidence. What do you want to take that point? That it helps with confidence?
And you know that I hear that all the time. I will say I can only answer for myself, of course, but I will say that it did not help me build my confidence at all, because it actually made me feel a little worse, because here I was doing something totally against my grain for 54 years, totally against my grain. So for me, it really made me very self-conscious. And here's the thing too is, makeup, so I heard some people, they're like, well, it's fun. It's a lot of fun. And okay, so it is fun for some people. For me, it's not fun. It's stressful, right? Because I'm not an artist. So those women who wear makeup and they put it on and it looks really amazing, I'm always envious of that, because I have a feeling they have an artistic tinge, you know, artistic ability to themselves that I don't have. So when I put my makeup on, I'm a little bit self-conscious, like, did I do it right? And so I'm walking around for, you know, all day long. It's like in my subconscious, like, did I do it right? Are people looking at me weird? You know, like, so for me, it doesn't do that, but for others it does. I've heard it does. So it's, if it gives you self-confidence, or, you know, gives you that confidence to get out there and do things, or just do things that you want to do, then that's awesome. And it's just an interesting topic to me. I've always been perplexed.
I mean, we're all unique, and we make decisions for ourselves as to how we feel best. And I agree with you totally on that. And some days you'll feel like sprucing up, some days you won't. But it doesn't have to be, you know. And again, taking a comment, I feel it is part of my everyday routine. I get up, dress up, show up, always genuine and authentic, with or without makeup. Do what is best for you. And we're joined by Barbara. Agree. Hello, Barbara. And
yeah,
Barbara,
I totally agree with that. Yeah.
If you're wondering what today's topic is, it is makeup. There you are. You have it now. Right. I just got to say, like Lynda, I'm not wearing any makeup.
I thought you were. You're just glowing today.
That's it, Ian Lidlow. And Joe's saying, I worked many years in the corporate world and feel better with a natural, with a tad of makeup and lipstick customer service. I suppose if you're in an outward looking industry, then, but what do I know? I mean, as I say, the cosmetics industry for men is growing, and but I'm not really part of it. So, but
Yeah.
an interesting topic. My take on it is you've got to feel comfortable on camera. It's the way you feel best that matters, and with or without makeup doesn't matter. It's up to you, and
Yeah.
just do
And
it.
I'll do some of my shows are with makeup and some are without, and I realize that it's just like, what do I want for that day for me? Because it is about, I think makeup is intended to boost your confidence and to make you feel better about yourself. But you know what? I feel pretty darn good about myself. Just, and I'm not being conceited or anything. It's just that I've done a lot of personal development for the last, 4 years. And because of that, my confidence level has shot up already without me wearing makeup to help. And I do know some people will say, well, you got to wear makeup because it's going to make you feel better. And for me, it's like, I don't want something like that to be the reason I feel better. I want to feel better because I feel better in my brain and I feel better in my heart. And so that's what guides me, is my brain and my heart, So anyway, it's an interesting topic. A lot of women probably totally disagree with me, and that's fine. And a lot of men might disagree with me too. And that's the thing too, Stephen, is I've spent so much of my life being a people pleaser and being that person who was scared to say what I really felt for fear of people judging me. So with me putting on makeup, that's another potential judgment. Like, ooh, look she didn't put her makeup on very good. Or she looks goofy. She looks like a clown. That was the thing I always used to think. Like, when I put on makeup, I might look like a clown. But as I've grown my confidence in myself, I realize that there are so many people who aren't going to like me for me, and there are so many people who are going to like me for me. So as long as I'm being me and 100% me, authentically me, then what I say is going to resonate with some, and it's not going to resonate with others.
That's it. We don't all have to agree. We do what's best for us. It has raised a discussion, which is good. Rachel is saying it gives me confidence, but I do have allergies. Barbara is saying I love it for me as an artist, but I love the natural look of the beautiful glow. And Barbara is also saying, Amen, Linda. For me, it's a frame for my face. I have a colourful inner soul. So
yes. Oh, I love that. Colorful inner soul.
That's a good phrase.
So, Stephen, who knew that this topic would actually bring some comments? It's good.
I'm speechless. No, it's good. We're good. Do what's best for you. It doesn't matter what anyone thinks anyway.
Well, let me ask you men out there. I do have this question for you men. Of course, you don't have to answer. And Stephen, I don't want to put you on the spot, so I'm not going to ask you. Okay. If you want to answer, you can. Let me ask you this question. Do you decide whether you like a woman based on the fact that she's wearing makeup or not? Just a simple question. Because I think a lot of times that women do the things that they do because they are looking like, how is this going to attract men? Not that all women do that, and not that they do it all the time, but I think often that's what's going on our mind, because we are human beings and we like to attract the opposite sex. So whether it's for friendship or for a relationship, is not the point. The question is, though, are you attracted to women because they're wearing makeup or because the way their makeup is put on? Just a simple yes or no question on that. I'd be interested to find out what the men say.
And I don't have to answer, which is good.
Exactly. We're going to keep you neutral. You're Switzerland. You're like in neutral territory.
Brilliant.
Exactly.
And Charlie's off to an appointment. Says, wishing everybody who's watching the show a beautiful day. And thank you for that, Charles. And we look forward to seeing you in future shows.
Awesome.
Right. Now, a complete change.
Yes.
A complete change of topic. We're going from makeup to cancelling events.
Yes.
And again, over to you.
Okay, so canceling events. I've been seeing this a lot lately. Is people have been scheduling events on Facebook, inviting a bunch of people, and then having only 2 or 3, maybe 5 or 6 RSVPs, and then about a week later, I see the event canceled on Facebook. Well, here's the thing. I've done over 75 events where I've scheduled these events on Facebook. I've done personal invites and calling people even to invite people to events, and people RSVP and they flake, right? They don't show up. This is so common. But if you cancel your event on Facebook, people are notified that you're canceling your event. So if you do another event, they might have that in the back of their mind that, well, shoot, she canceled the last one. What might happen for this one? I'll wait and see, is one thing. But not only that, by canceling events, it's showing that you aren't, like you're not pushing through. And as Stephen and I say, just doing it. Because what if, for example, you have an event, and I'm going to talk about events that don't really cost you anything or don't cost you anything. Maybe you're going to hold it outdoors somewhere and you don't have to pay for the venue. So I'm really talking more about those types of events, ones that you don't have a financial investment in. So let's say, for example, you have an event and it's scheduled. It's an event that doesn't cost you anything, and you have, say, 6 people RSVP. Oh, Stephen, you disappeared. So hopefully you can still hear me. Go ahead in the chat for us. Go ahead and let me know if you can still hear me or not. But so let's say, for example, you have 6 people who are RSVP for that event, and then you cancel it. So if you think about it, those 6 people who RSVP'd really wanted to attend. There was something you were offering to them that they wanted to be part of. So by you canceling, you're actually telling them that they aren't enough to attend your event because you need to have more people, which what that means is you're making the event about you and not impacting other people's lives. So ask yourself, why am I putting on this event? If I'm putting on an event to help other people, to impact other people's lives, to give them something, of hope, of dreams, whatever it is, whatever your event is, even just one person showing up should make it worth it for you. It really should. Because what you're saying is, you know what? I value you. Those who are showing up, the one person, the 2 people, whatever, I value you, and I'm not canceling. Because if I cancel, I'm saying I don't value you as much because you're not enough people for me. So that's all I wanted to say about events.
No, I think I take your point. The thing is that if people do book for an event, then they've actually blocked out that time and said, right, I'm going to come to that event. I'm going to take part in that event. And you're actually changing not just your plans, but their plans.
Yeah.
So it does have a knock-on effect. And I think it's easier to go live, if we're talking about live shows, it's easy to go live for 10 minutes and explain that you are going to rearrange the event. And these people turn up, something might happen out of just going live. Yeah. Well, if you get a conversation going, if it's only what, let's take the one person books, do you go ahead? I think that you do go ahead because that one person could make a comment which is seen by somebody else, and you're actually building an audience. So I'm of the mind that you don't cancel events. The only time I would cancel an event is if I was unable to actually do the show, physically unable. Either I'm not in the right place or I'm ill. And those are the 2 reasons which are exceptions in my mind. Just going back to what we were saying a moment ago, Rachel is saying, in relation to the question, your question earlier to the men, Rachel's son-in-law says no to the question. So there you are.
Awesome.
But cancelling events, not unless I think you should go ahead with them. I mean, Facebook events are a peculiar animal anyway. Because we can't broadcast an event, but if you do set something up, then I would go ahead with it, even if there's only one person. And well, it's an opportunity. I mean, we're actually being recorded now, so even if nobody turned up, you could still go live and talk about anything you like, and then repurpose the recording afterwards. Yeah. So.
Right. And what if that one person was attending and you said something that person needed to hear right at that moment, and you changed their life? And that's the thing, is like, we don't know about these events. I had an event that I put on. I think I had like 100 RSVPs and only 4 people showed up. Okay, so, and that was an in-person event, so I spent a lot of time and energy, and but you know what? I did the best thing I could for those 4 people, and they left there raving. They were like, that was absolutely amazing. And then they came back to the next one and told more people. So exactly what you're saying, right? So sometimes our first can be scary, but you know what? The thing is that you have people that are relying on you to do something that's possibly going to change their life. And by you canceling, like Stephen said, they set up their plans to be around that event, but now you're canceling their plans. So I say just go for it, keep going. Even if no one's I had this one woman I know, she puts on a lot of workshops for marketing, and she said, my very first workshop, nobody showed up, but I still gave the workshop as if it was a room full of people, because it gave her an opportunity to practice her workshop. So I loved that. I thought that was so amazing, because it doesn't matter how many people are in the room, still give it your best, give it your all, and make sure, because it's not about like impressing them or anything. It's about making sure that you follow through with what it is you say you're going to do.
Totally. We're of the same mind on that, I think. And Rachel is saying, I was taught to do the event anyway. It's good practice for me to do it, as if they did show up, record and watch. Build trust when we show up. We do build trust when we show up. Clara is saying, I had scheduled an event where I had a lot of people say they were interested, but no one signed up. I didn't cancel the show. I let it look like it took place without them. That's a good one. Yes.
I love that.
And Abigail is saying, amen. That's a great point, and welcome, Abigail. And Barbara is saying, this topic is great. This is what happened to me. I got physically hurt, so I needed to delay the launch of my show. I posted a picture of my injury so that everybody knew it was real. So yes, yeah, indeed. Right.
Yeah, I love that. And Abigail is actually putting on her first event coming up by the end of this month, and I'm so excited for her, because she made that decision. She made that decision that I'm going to do it, and she put it on the calendar. She started inviting people. I don't know what the status is. Maybe you want to share, Abigail, like just what the status is of the event. But it's cool because she's doing her first, and I can vaguely remember my first event because it was so long ago, probably almost 20 years ago. And it's so exciting and scary, right? Because you're putting on this event. You don't know if anybody's going to show up. But here's my advice for anybody putting on events. And when people do show up, give them all of your attention, and pretend like they are the only people who ever RSVP'd. Don't think about all those who RSVP'd and didn't show up, because that's not what's important. What's important is delivering to them in the moment, whatever it is you're going to deliver to them. There's somebody there who needs to hear what you have to say. And actually, I was a meeting with Les Brown one day, and he said to me, Lynda, don't let what you want to say get in the way of what people need to hear. And I was like, whoa, that's so big, because what happens is when we let our ego get in the way about like, oh, only 3 people RSVP'd, oh, only 3 people showed up, we're actually letting our ego get in the way of providing value to those 3 people who showed up. That's what's important, is them. Like, get your head out of the way and say, you know what? They're here to receive something amazing, and I'm going to give it to them.
Totally. And the thing is, if you concentrate on the people who don't show, then you get into a negative situation in your own mind. And that might put you off doing future shows, where if you concentrate on those who are there, that's the positive side, and you will go on to do more. And
Yep.
it's a sort of mindset thing, isn't it? It's reframing. Rather than seeing the 97 who are not coming, you actually see the 3 who are, and you concentrate on actually giving value to them. And Abigail's confirming what you said a moment ago, Lynda. Yes, this Saturday I'm joining my friend, and we are going to doing an event.
Yes.
Wish you every success.
Yes,
And,
yes, definitely.
Barbara's saying, yeah, Abigail, you will do great things. And Rich is saying, amen to Les Brown's comment, Lynda.
Yeah, absolutely amazing. Amazing. So that's my take on canceling events. Don't. And I love the one, I can't see the comments, but there was a person who said, nobody showed up, but I did it as if is so important, right? I did it as if that there were people there so that everybody saw what they missed out on. And that's the key there. And it's not about like what they missed out on as much, right? It's just, it's more about you following through with what you say you're going to do. Because then people see you as a person who follows through with what they say they're going to do. And that's, it starts that, even if later you tell the story, like I had this event and nobody showed up, and you know what? I did it anyway because I made a commitment to those people, and I was there 100%, and I gave it my all. And I sure wish there were people there because they would have had a great event. You know, so then you're telling people I had something that I could have canceled, but I didn't, because I made a commitment to myself and to anybody who did show up. I made a commitment and I follow through with my commitments. That's why I think it's so important to just go ahead and just do the shows. Don't cancel them unless there's money involved. Like if there's a lot of money involved and you're going to lose money, that's a totally different story. But if they're events that aren't going to have any out-of-pocket expense for you, just do it anyway.
Yeah, if you can technically do the event, then do it. And I totally agree. And Rachel's saying, oops, comment. And that's basically because of saying, I do that, Rachel. I can mistype things all the time without any help. And it's all part of being live. And the comments are actually coming through in batches. So if you think we aren't replying to your comments straight away, there seems to be a little delay on the Facebook comment side. So hopefully we'll catch up with what you're saying during the course of the show. If we don't answer something now, we'll answer it afterwards. Just a short commercial break. Well, it's not a commercial break. Lynda and I enjoy broadcasting on BeLive.tv, and incredibly, Monday the 15th sees BeLive.tv's second birthday. They started broadcasting on the 15th of October 2016. So 15th of October 2018 is their second birthday. Now, there's a whole day of events planned. Jeff Adams is hosting a show on the BeLive.tv page. You're all invited to join. We will find out, because a couple of weeks ago we all voted, and we voted for best show, best female show host, best male show host, best comedy, best technical, best everything. And there are about 20 different categories, so it's going to take a while to actually do the announcements. But we're actually going to meet. When I voted, which I did pretty soon after it came out, I went through a list of people and nominated, and I just said, who? Because I never heard of them. 80% of the people I never heard of, which is good, because it means that we represent the tip of the iceberg, and there are thousands of people doing shows we've never heard of. On Monday, we're going to meet the people who are doing those shows. So I think it's going to be a fascinating day when we actually meet a lot of new people who've been broadcasting on BeLive for as long as we have. It's like having a parallel universe. They've been broadcasting and doing their thing. We've been doing ours. So Monday the 15th, full day show with Jeff Adams. The moderators from the BeLivers group will be live at 2:20 Eastern if you want to catch myself and Brigetti, Adair, Thione and David Burrows. So 2:20 on Tuesday and Monday you'll see me, but the full day show to celebrate BeLive TV's second birthday. Right, advert over.
That's awesome. And they can see that at BeLive.tv?
Yep, it's on the BeLive.tv page, and it will be in the BeLivers group as well.
Okay,
right,
cool.
okay. Now the comments have been going through thick and fast. And Barbara's saying this topic is great. Oh, we've done that one. Oh, she could tick them off as you did them, Lynda, because then you'd know you'd actually shown them.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Where are we up to? And I'm going to get to the right comment. And Abigail is saying thank you for the encouragement. And Barbara is saying happy birthday. Be live on Monday. And Rachel's saying, Lynda, your comment also encourages me and others to not feel alone and to keep doing what we're doing.
Fantastic.
No matter what, we can be successful too. I think.
And I just want to make a comment on that, if you don't mind, is that
yeah, sure.
So, like Stephen and I are doing these shows, right? And there's, like he mentioned, there are about 80% of the people who are doing shows that were nominated for, the Be Live Awards, that we don't know everybody out there. And we're doing these shows. And my hope for my show, this is like, my show is not ego driven at all. My hope is that I say something that possibly positively impacts somebody's life at one point during my show, whether it's an hour show and there was like just that one little snippet that somebody got, then awesome. Then I did my job, because my job as a host for my own shows is to positively impact people. And that's my whole mission for my whole life, is to make positive impact. So I want to thank you so much for that comment, for both Abigail and Rachel. Thank you so much for those comments, because then I know that this show has done the purpose that I'm here to do, and that is to make positive impact, encourage people, inspire people to go and do the things that they're scared to do, or do the things that they're hesitating, do the things that they're putting off. That's like my whole mission in life. So thank you guys so much, and I'm so glad to know I can go now. Just kidding.
No, you can't. You've got another topic to go. You know you have. Right. Okay. Now, just on that thought, one of the things when you do start broadcasting is that the number of viewers is small. Now, this comes back to something Lynda said a moment ago. Don't worry about that. Just do it. Enjoy the show. Enjoy the experience. Become more proficient, and the audience will build. If you provide good content, interesting content, then you'll find an audience. And it's just a question of keeping on, isn't it, Lynda?
That is so true. And even on that note, Stephen, because it's not about the live viewers. I might have 0 views for an entire hour sometimes. And I don't let that get to me, because I know that whatever it is that I'm talking about, the topic that I'm talking about, that I know that at some point somebody is going to hear it who needs to hear it. And again, it's not about me. It's not about me at all. Once I say, there's 0 viewers, I'm going to drop off of here, I'm going to delete this video, nobody watched, blah, 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 blah. You're getting into your own head, and you're letting it be about you. You're not letting it be about your audience. So what I love to share is that, for example, just the other day, I saw somebody commented on one of my videos. So what I'd like to do is, like, when it's somebody I don't see very often, I go look to see what their comment is so I can, interact with them. It was a video from 1.5 years ago. A video from 1.5 years ago. Somebody happened to see just the other day. So the point is that you don't know who's going to watch it later. So put it out there and just keep it out there. There's somebody's life out there that needs to hear what you have to say. So don't get in your own head. Don't make this about you. Make this about other people and how you're going to, help them with something, whatever it is that you do.
Yeah, share your expertise, share your ideas, share your thoughts, and people will come and watch and listen. A while ago, I've got a friend who lives he is Belgian, and he and a friend in Germany said, they had a phrase, and I never actually understood it. I still don't. It's build it and they will come. And I think that relates to live video totally, because if you build something, then you will attract people to come and watch and get involved. And don't think about it, just do it right now. Now, when this next item was first mentioned, I had fun, or not fun, in trying to pronounce it correctly, because I thought it was going to be Taco Tuesday, or we would say in the UK, taco.
Taco, yeah.
Yeah, that is totally wrong. So, Lynda, our next topic, just before we do that, Rachel is saying, difficult typing with hand. I had surgery on my shoulder on the right side, feeling shy about being seen. Speedy recovery, Rachel, and big thank you for joining us, I think. Yeah.
Can I address that though? First of all, actually, I'm going to address that. I shouldn't ask. I'm going to address it anyway.
You're polite.
Yes. May I please address that? Here goes. So first, I want to thanks Rachel for sharing that, your vulnerability. That's really awesome when we do that, when we share ourselves, like something that's going on with us. For example, I had fibromyalgia for about 2 years, and one day I woke up, I couldn't even lift my arm to roll out of bed. And so I shared that story while I was doing my videos. And you know what? I had an outpouring of people who said, I have fibromyalgia too. They related with me. So the point I'm getting at here, Rachel, is that there are other people who have the same kind of thing, like they've had a shoulder surgery also. That's actually a topic you can talk about. You talk about, gosh, taking a shower after having a shoulder surgery, how difficult it is to take a shower, how difficult it is to brush your hair, to put your clothes on. And then people are going to relate to you, because I had shoulder surgery actually about 10 years ago. And I was like, oh my God, like to wash my hair, it was like I had to bend my head down into these really awkward positions. But the point is that there are people that will relate to you with whatever you have going on in your life. There's over 7 billion people on this planet. There's somebody out there who's going through the same exact thing as you are. Not only one person, there's a lot of people. So when we share these things, you say, this is so difficult to type, but I'm doing these live videos anyway. I feel really uncomfortable. Tell them, I feel really uncomfortable right now, and here's why. And then go into your topic, because now they'll be able to relate in the fact that you're feeling uncomfortable. You're letting them know, I feel uncomfortable. And then you're being honest and open, and they're like, okay, I really like this girl because she says it like it is. You know what I mean? So hopefully I'm not saying that you need that information to do the live videos, but I'm just saying just do them, because you are a human being. We all are human beings, and we all have things going on in our lives. And when we share those things, especially the things that aren't going really well, that a lot of people can relate to, that it's really kind of fun, because then you start attracting this audience of people who can relate to you with what's going on in your life.
Indeed, this is a challenge, I think, Lynda. We're being challenged by Abigail, who's saying, I'm thinking I want to interview people like you guys, but in Spanish. How's your Spanish, Lynda?
Yes. ¿Cómo se dice collaborative? That's not all I know.
Well, I can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's my limit. I can count to 5. 10 if pressed. So that would be quite an adventure. If you give us the questions beforehand in Spanish and you give us the answers, yeah, I know.
I think what she meant though, Stephen, is she wants to do what we're doing, but interviewing people who speak Spanish. I think we're okay. I think we're in the clear.
Oh, right. Okay, we're good. Right, I don't speak Spanish. Okay. Thank you for that.
Woo! Thank goodness.
That was close. I think about those who don't have hands are other issues, and yes, we must always be mindful. And Claudia is saying collaborar as translation into Spanish of collaborate.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Collaborar. We learned a new word.
Yes.
Barbara is wishing Rachel a speedy recovery.
Yes, exactly.
Right. Now, we're about to talk about an opportunity.
Yes, Taco Tuesday. So,
over to you.
Taco Tuesday. It's TALK. So Taco Tuesday, and it's just my play on words. Here in the United States, I don't know if they do this in other countries, but we have Tuesdays. It's called Taco Tuesday, in the United States, and people have discounted tacos everywhere. And so I was like, this would be fun to do a show called Taco Tuesday. And so Stephen's going to be the producer of the show, which I'm so excited about because he's a great producer. If you're looking for somebody to produce your show, please reach out to Stephen. He's so awesome, running the board in the background, which makes it so that you don't have to worry about all the comments coming up and stuff like that, because Stephen takes care of that for you. He posts the links and puts everything up on the screen. So it's really awesome to have somebody in the background who's going to run the show. So here's what Taco Tuesday is. It's a talk show. It's just simply a talk show. Here on Be Live, we have an opportunity to have 4 people on screen at one time. And so I thought, how can I take advantage of those 4 spots that we have? And I thought to have a talk show would be a lot of fun. So like there's The View, I think, has 4 people on it. I don't really watch any TV, so I don't know. I just have seen snippets. But there's The View. There's Ellen DeGeneres has 1 person, which she has a person on her show with her. We have all these different talk shows that are out there. And so I decided I wanted to have my own talk show. Just call it Taco Tuesday. So here's what I'm looking for, and I'm so excited because we have applications coming in, Stephen. It's so exciting, so a lot of fun. But we're looking for more people who are interested in being part of Taco Tuesday. What does this mean? Well, I'll be the host. You'll be my co-host. I'm looking for 2 co-hosts to join on the show. We actually start the show January 8th of 2019. That's when the actual show will start. But prior to that, we have an application process. So if you go to tacotuesday.tv, there's an application there. It's very simple. Basically, you're putting your name, email, stuff like that, and then just uploading a quick, a link to a show that you've done or just a video that you've done. Really, we want to see what's the personality, because it's really more about personality. It's not about topics. Here's what I think is going to be absolutely fun is that the talk show host, me and Steven, all of us are going to decide the topics. So people ask me, well, what are the topics going to be? Well, I don't know. I have no idea. It depends on what we all come up with. So if you're selected to be one of the co-hosts on the show, then we will be deciding on the topics. In addition, here's what I think is really cool, and it's something I just thought about the other day, Stephen. I don't think I've even shared this with you, because it was literally maybe 2 days ago. I thought, well, shoot, it's going to be me, 2 guests. We have 1 spot left, right? We can interview people. Well, I know some really cool people, like the founder of Ugg Boots Australia. I'm going to reach out to him and I'm going to say, hey, can we interview you on our show? I know the creator of the Make-A-Wish Foundation. I'm going to reach out to him and ask him if we can interview him on our show. So imagine yourself being part of an interview process of finding out the Make-A-Wish Foundation, how did that get started? And actually there's a movie coming out called Wishman that's based on the story of the founding of the Make-A-Wish Foundation, which I'm excited to be part of that. I'm an executive producer for that show. But it's cool because I have this group of people that I know that, heck, I'm going to try. I can't guarantee anything, but I'm going to try to get Les Brown. I know Les Brown, right? So I'm going to reach out to him and see if he'd be interested in being interviewed on our show. So in addition to being a talk show where it's just it's me and 2 co-hosts, we're going to have guests. Maybe you have a friend or you know somebody that you'd really like to be able to promote something they have going on. Maybe they have a book coming out. Maybe they have some products that they're pushing out to the market, and you want to interview them on our show. Then you introduce them to me, the other co-host, and Steven, and we decide whether that's a person we're going to have on the show or not. So being a co-host of this show is much more than just being a co-host. You're going to be part of the show. You're going to be part of the making of the show. And I'm really, really excited to have you join us. So again, go to tacotuesday.tv. We are going to have auditions, and the auditions start November 6th. So applications need to be submitted by, I can't remember the date. I think I said October 27th. I could be wrong on that. Go to tacotuesday.tv to find out. And here's your commitment. Commitment to yourself and your commitment to us, excuse me, and to the viewers. The commitment is every Tuesday from 12 to 1 p.m. Pacific time, and that's 3 to 4 Eastern time and 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. UK time. Your commitment is to be available from January 8th for 12 weeks. It's 1 season, 12 weeks, that you have this opportunity. Why would you want to do this? Well, because if you're a person who wants to start your own show, but you're not sure really how to start your own show, this is a great way to, co-hosting is to get indoctrinated into this. Maybe you're a person who has your own show and you want to reach a larger audience. this is an opportunity for you to reach a larger audience. We're going to do all the heavy lifting. We're going to do the advertising. We're the ones that are going to send people to the show. So you don't have to do that. But of course, I want you to help. So November 6th is when the auditions start and people will vote. It'll be kind of like American Idol, where we'll do a show. It'll be me with 2 co-hosts. We will do a show, and then people will vote which co-host they thought was a better fit for my personality. So anyway, apply and see what happens. I really, really recommend just at least putting it out there and applying, because you never, ever know what's going to happen. But if you don't just do it, you don't just apply, then it's not going to happen.
If you do nothing happens. And this is a golden opportunity to be in at the beginning of what is going to be an amazing show with amazing guests, and you'll be one of 3 people interviewing them. You'll be able to ask your own questions and get involved. And it's going to be awesome. So we'll be promoting it in the run-up to the auditions, and all you need to do is apply and become part of Talk O Tuesday. I'm going to get that right.
You got it.
I'm going to I'll keep practicing as well, and catching up with the comments. And I'm not sure where we've got to. Saying what's happening at the moment helps you overcome your nervousness, says Clara. That's totally. Rachel is saying thank you to Abigail and Barbara for their kind comments, and Barbara is saying, yes, I agree. Stephen is well. I will not get. Thank you for your kind comment. Is all I'm going to say, Barbara. And I'm helping Barbara with the show for next week. And Abigail has offered to translate everything we do into Spanish. And
wow.
Cara is applauding as well. And I think the final comment at the moment sounds like a wonderful show. Just do it, which combines the show with just doing it, which is a good thing. I like that. I like that a lot.
Exactly. I love it. And here's the thing. There's something called the power of proximity. I don't know if you guys have heard of that, but the power of proximity. Okay? Yeah, I know my audio went. Yeah, I have my do not disturb on, but it still disturbs. Okay, so there's something called the power of proximity. And what this is that they say we are a reflection of the 5 people we hang out with the most. So if there's somebody out there that you really, really want to be around because they have the personality you want, maybe they have some of the things you want, and you're like, I want to be like that person. Well, you need to hang out with them. That's the bottom line. So what's cool is by being one of the co-hosts on the Taco Tuesday show is that when we interview, like say, for example, we interview Brian Smith. He is the founder of UGG Boots Australia. When we interview him, you are now in connection with him. Because of my relationship to Brian, you have now become a connection of his. So what that means is that if you want to interview him on your show individually, you can now have that connection to him that you can say, hey, Brian, remember we were on the Taco Tuesday show together. I really enjoyed it. Are you interested in being interviewed on my show? So an example of how you can leverage your part in being one of the co-hosts on Taco Tuesday is that you can find ways to then connect with those people that we interview, also with the other co-hosts, with Stephen, with me. So this is an opportunity for you to really do something different than you're doing right now. And we talk about up-leveling, up-leveling our lives. So how do we up-level our lives if we continue to do the same thing we're doing? We can't. We have to step outside of that proverbial comfort zone that we have, and we need to enlarge the size of our comfort zone. I will tell you that when I first talked to Brian Smith, the founder of UGG Boots Australia, I was like shaking because, oh my gosh, it's him. I'm talking to the guy who created UGG Boots, like $1 billion company. Here I am talking to him. I was so nervous, but he's become a friend of mine. Why? Because I was stepping outside of my comfort zone, and I had that nervousness, and then now Brian has become part of my comfort zone. like I go to his house and we sit and we chat. And I actually think my first show with Stephen, he interviewed me, and I was at Brian Smith's house when Stephen interviewed me. I was at the beach, you know. So the point is that in order for us to up-level our lives, our business, we have to do something different. Can it be scary? Yes. But once it becomes your comfort zone, because it's become part of your comfort zone because you're doing it, then it's not scary anymore. But you have to make that first step. You have to make that first step.
And the first step is to apply. Lynda, could you type the link in the comments?
I don't have access to comments.
You got access to the chat, our chat?
Our chat, yes.
Yeah, okay. If you type it there, I'll copy it across quickly.
Okay, cool.
Letha is asking, how do you spell the website? And I don't want to get it wrong. I just want to do it right. So yes, if you could type it in the chat, it would be brilliant.
And what's awesome is, you know, thank you so much for asking, because we definitely want you to be able to apply. So did it go? Yes, Stephen. Okay, so I sent it to Stephen, so he's going to post it up there. And I see we're getting close to the top of the hour already. Woo!
Oh, yeah.
These three topics, makeup, canceling events, and Taco Tuesday, were a real big hit today.
We're doing good things, and we thank everybody who's joining us. And I've just posted the link for the applications. And
it's free to apply.
Yeah, it's free to apply. And the spelling for the show is, well, I've got the official spelling here.
That's the official Tuesday.
That's the official spelling, isn't it?
Well, I can't see what you have on your screen.
All right, I'm not going to say it. Talk O Tuesday is the. It's just the O is on its own, isn't it?
It's it's an O with an apostrophe. Yeah. So it's a little different. Now, let me mention something. There are a lot of people listening who are from different countries. And I know this. I hear this all the time from people from different countries. My accent is too thick. People don't understand me. But you know what? Apply anyway. Because it's not about your accent. The thing is that you think it's too thick. You think that people don't understand you. In reality, there are people who do understand you, and I just want you to apply anyway. So don't let that be a barrier for you to put yourself out there. Don't let something like that be a barrier for you to do something in your life that you want to do. So I say, you know, because I did a year of fears in 2015. I faced a fear every single day. And I'll tell you what, by facing fears, like, you know, even just something like that, it really helps you to gain more confidence in yourself and who you are, what you're doing, and what your life is all about.
Wise words.
Thank you.
With which I totally agree. And our ethos of just doing it rather than talking yourself out of it.
Yes.
Well, Lynda, as you just mentioned a moment ago, we've amazingly been talking away on Talko Thursday for quite
Yes.
we've done it, we've cracked it. And just to, if you're joining now, we've been talking, you have missed talking about makeup, cancelling events, and Talko Tuesday. And your deadline for getting in your auditions are on the 6th. Show starts on the 8th, but the sooner you get your application in, the better it is for everything to be organised. And it is an unmissable opportunity. So please do apply and become part of the auditions.
It's going to be great. It's going to be great. I already know it.
And Rachel's saying this is a good chance to be seen and heard. Totally.
Oh my gosh, Rachel, you know, it's so, you and I are like, we're like this, girl, because, you know, it's funny. A couple of years ago when I first started my journey, I left my corporate job 4 years ago, and I started my journey of entrepreneurship. And that was the thing. I was like, I just want to be seen and heard finally. I'm ready. Like, I raised my hand and I'm like, I'm ready to be seen and be heard. So it's so cool that you said that, because people don't usually say that. So thank you so much. I love it. You see how excited I am.
The thing is that on our own, we can do a great deal. As a team, we can achieve anything. And I think it's the team approach that wins every time. Lynda's building a team for her live show, which starts January 8th, and you're being invited to apply and take part in the auditions.
Yes. Awesome.
Okay. We've got a tradition around here. I open the show and Lynda closes the show. So from Yorkshire in England, I'd say goodbye to everybody. Hope to see you next week. And it's over to Lynda.
Okay, we got just a couple seconds here left. So here's the thing about life. We don't know when our last breath is going to be taken. So if we spend our time with regrets thinking, I wish I had done this, I wish I had done that, it's not really a good example of how you could have lived your life to its fullest. So I highly recommend that you taking chances, putting yourself out there, just doing the things that you want to do. There may be fears that you have. Maybe you have fear of judgment. Maybe you have fear of failure, fear of success, whatever your fears are. Just let those aside and just do the things that you want to do. It's so important. I'm living my life as a hashtag no regrets, no regrets. It's so important to live my life that way. And when you apply that to your life as well, you'll find yourself doing some things that you never imagined you would do because you're actually putting yourself out there and just doing it. You guys have a great week, and we'll see you next Thursday.
Bye, everybody.
Hello.
And